I am the most terrified to play Dina because she is my best friend, but when we first met each other, we were fighting in a one-on-one chess boxing match, and I destroyed her in the boxing, but she absolutely obliterated me in the chess. She was literally one move away from checkmate, and that's how I got the TKO. And this morning, my coach sends me this line. He goes, "Play for a win, don't be scared. She will be really nervous not to lose against you." Not true. And then he said, "You have to go in with zero respect tomorrow. She's really capable of making mistakes. She literally blundered a piece in one move with Anna Kramling. Follow the prep and always expect mistakes and look for refutation." Which I know Dina's not the sharpest this tournament because honestly, all of our brains are just monkey brains while we're here, but I don't know if she's gonna play the same against me versus Anna Kramling. But I'm gonna try to do some last minute prep this morning. I'm expecting her to play a ready because against all the weaker players, she goes ready, which is G3, but against all high-rated players, she goes E4. So I think she's not gonna respect me and she's gonna go with the ready. But since I can't find any of her games against any of my lines and everyone has my entire database, I'm trying to predict if she'll mix it up and maybe she'll do both E4 and a ready. So, but I'm not gonna say that out loud in case she's listening, even though she's running late, as usual.
Dina. Dina.
Oh God! Oh God! I'm playing against Andrea! Oh God! I'm late! Wait! I need the bathroom. Jules? Wait, what time does the game start?
11 o'clock. It's 10:45.
Okay. Oh God. Oh boy. Okay, I need to find her. Wait. Andrea! Andrea! Can we wait? I'm late. Can you wait for me?
Wait for you?
Yes, just always waiting. You're 15 minutes more. I'm late. I just woke up.
Are you impersonating me? Do you want to know what my coach told me this morning?
Okay.
So I was prepping for you all night, and he goes, "You gotta go in there with zero respect for Dina. Remember, she just blundered a whole entire night versus Anna. So I'm gonna show up with no respect today." Okay, now go get ready.
Okay, I am running super late for a game with Andrea. I have repassed the King's Indian. I hope she didn't look at my games. I really hope she did not look at my games. Is she here? Oh, she's not here yet. Perfect. Who would have guessed? I'm the first one ready. I need to order fit.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. No, I was actually nervous yesterday. God, I wish I hadn't pulled all that show against Anna because if anything, I feel like it stressed me more than her. And then I put so much pressure on myself that I had to win that I was like shaking and played like the worst game. I mean, part of it I was winning and then like, but anyway. So to be honest, I only prepared against Alexandra because Andrea, like I didn't really repass any openings because I know that even had she prepared, she would have forgotten it anyway. So I just need to use my brain. It will probably be King's Indian. I'll play Bishop D3. If she had time to talk to her coach Banzea, that's always babysitting her, then they might have prepared because I have at least like 15 games in the last 3 months, but I doubt they did. And I didn't have time to eat my breakfast. So I'm trying to quickly snack, but I need to check if she made a move. She's still thinking, and I just told you I was gonna play Bishop D3, and I have like 15 games in the last 2 months, and she still doesn't know what to do. Why the hell is she thinking? She had her coach who was gonna prepare her. I mean, come on, just open my games, see my last games. Well, at least I have time to eat breakfast now. She asked me like, "Are you gonna eat breakfast? Let's eat breakfast together." And I said, "Andrea, I'm gonna eat breakfast during the game while you're thinking on the move 5," and that's what happened.
Dina is literally making breakfast in the middle of our fucking game. The disrespect. I'm going. chilling. I moved 10 seconds ago. First, I'm curious. I'll let you kind of ask me the questions and like where my biggest mistakes were.
So knight b4, I wasn't that big of a fan of because I feel like your knight is going to get kicked back pretty soon afterwards. And Alexandra actually had a game that reminded me very much of this in one of her previous tournaments. And there, Alexandra went knight to c5 very early on, and I thought it was a mistake because it allowed her opponent to push her pawns forward and attack the knight in the process. So I was really praising you when you went knight to h5 because I thought you didn't make the same mistake Alexandra did by getting your knight into the center too early.
Yeah.
And then you kind of followed it up right afterwards with knight to b4, which was then kind of like the same type of mistake that you're moving the knight forward, but the knight is going to be chased back afterwards.
Yeah, no, I made this thinking I had like knight d3 ideas, and then I realized, oh, she just takes, and then bishop g5, discovery, winning my knight. And I thought like, oh, she had enough weaknesses where like my knight's being super active. But yeah, obviously, but I mean, yeah, and then I realized, okay, this line doesn't work. So that was just like a miscalculation. But even after that, I was okay.
One thing, so I'm just talking about the kind of strategic elements that we've discussed on stream. I think f5 is a mistake because you kind of committed to playing this plan with knight to f4. Very often in the King's Indian, the reason you play f5 is to go f4. So I don't think knight to f4 and f5 combine very well. Computer thinks it's fine, but from a strategic standpoint, I think that by going f5 when you have the knight on f4, you're not forcing her to make the trade of pawns because now she can just keep this tension between the pawns because you're not threatening to go further forward. Whereas in a normal kind of King's Indian situation, she would be very nervous about not trading the pawns because that would allow you to kickstart your attack and getting that f4 space advantage on the king side.
But then what is the plan once you get the knight on f4?
Well, the thing is here, after bishop to b1, you had bishop to g4.
Oh, just to do it before f4, you're saying?
Yeah, and when you're doing it before, that means she doesn't get the bishop on e4 to protect the knight. So it makes this pin so much more valuable.
This. I thought about this, but then I thought like, okay, here, then they're gonna go h3, then I take, then queen takes, and then I do f5 anyways.
Oh, but you go bishop h5. You
go bishop h5 after h3?
Pressure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because there's, for some reason, I don't think about bishop h5 in this position because of the g6 pawn. I think that you could trap your bishop, but that makes sense. Gotcha. Okay, good note. And then from here, you have the f5 plan now, but the bishop's just
then you
active.
can play f5 afterwards because what happened in the game is that when you play f5, now you have to make the trade in order to get the bishop on the other side. But making the trade is a huge positional concession.
Yeah,
because
that
then you're creating a square for your opponent where you cannot chase this bishop away. And this bishop used to be like the worst piece in white's position. And suddenly after you make the trade, the bishop is fantastic.
Do you want to, I'm analyzing with Hammer. Do you want to join? You know, after all, you're still my best friend. I think I was more pissed at Alex when she beat me than at you. And to be honest, you didn't play that good, so I wasn't that impressed. Like, honestly, if I hadn't gotten time pressure, I kind of had it in the bag. So I kind of feel like you got lucky. So I don't really think you're good. I just think I'm bad. I thought your prep wasn't that good either.
You mean like I have like 10 games in the base with the same move and you...
I prepared all morning the ready. I looked at every ready variation you could play. That's what my coach has been telling me. Can you coach me? I've gotten no prep this entire tournament.
Just download my 5 last tournaments.
I did. We looked at everything.
I played Bishop D3. I literally asked you in the game, do you know my move? And you didn't reply. And I played Bishop D3.
Well, I
started thinking for 10 minutes. Hammer, how is this possible?
Well, no, Hammer hasn't prepped me. No, I'm telling you.
That I've been playing for the last 3 months.
I have classical games. When I tell you, I spent all morning and all night preparing for you, and no one expected you were gonna go D4. So I don't. But it's not Hammer. Hammer's not my coach. Like, I can't blame Hammer. He wasn't the one who prepped me. But
You
I'm not
want
gonna
to,
lie.
but you can't.
No, I literally have had the worst prep. But my coach said you were gonna play ready, so we reviewed all ready and ready with E4.
This is the most stupid thing I've ever heard. Like Banzea, I don't know what. Like, honestly, he's an amazing player, and like he's writing chessable courses. This man, I don't know. He doesn't have a basic database.
I don't know where your games were. We have to look.
Like literally February, March, April, May, June, July, all my games are D4. In every tournament, I get at least 1 or 2 kings in, and I always play Bishop D3. Like, how
I don't know what to
possible?
say, man.
Like, this is such an embarrassment. Like, and you're thinking for 10 minutes. I mean, like, it's not like.
I mean, 10 minutes wasn't, honestly, like, I still had a decent position. But yes, I felt stupid that the fact that I had spent all my hours preparing for something that wasn't even close. But anyways, we'll have a therapy call with my coach and Dina and ask some questions. But the opening was luckily fine. Hammer was giving me a good note. But I'm curious, Dina, like, what was your prep? Just E5? Was this what you were expecting?
So this is like a setup that I've been playing against King's Indian, and I just had my plan.
No.
So this is just a setup, and the plan is that whenever you push F5 and then we trade, it's hard for you to attack because I have this bishop on the other diagonal that kind of blocks your, like, stops you, like you kind of weaken yourself sometimes. So it's not easy to push the G and the H pawn. It's more about getting the position, the plan that I understand, and then also playing against your knight. So kind of like.
And you're okay allowing knight F4?
Oh yeah, I think like knight F4 is totally fine. Sometimes I have the idea, like, for example, take on F5. If you take with a pawn, then I take on F4.
Yeah, I saw that idea.
Like, so yeah, knight F4 is also great because you don't have F4. So basically, like, in that position, I don't see the way how black.
You're supposed to go. I was supposed to go bishop G4 first and then F5.
No, but then I still. But
yeah, I don't have F4.
I take on F5.
Yeah, so but I still like. I was pretty. I guess it's like dead even, but I was comfortable in this. But I was curious.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not looking for any advantage here. Obviously, I'm getting a position where I consider that it's genuinely hard for black to do their usual plan, which is attack. And meanwhile, I play against the knight on a6. But you kind of need to put it on c5 fast. But if you don't, then I just kind of kill it and then play against this knight. Also, like, I'm not sure about b6. So it was more kind of like, yeah, getting the play that I like and that she don't like. And then honestly, like, I think like the idea that she found is genius. Like, I was really impressed, and I was so shocked that I couldn't find any advantage. That's why I burned all my time advantage, like 40 minutes. Yeah, but and that's why I was having, like, in the end, apparently it's an advantage, right? But because I had 1 minute on the clock and you had, I'm not sure I would have easily found the way how to win, like, after rook e7.
Okay, Hammer, you can take it away now.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to follow Dina.
No, you should. It's okay. She loves her. My favorite thing about Dina, I learned, is she's very talented at improv. She never stops. Yeah. But it was good insight for the chat. But you can show us.
B6 was quite a big mistake. In general, I'm not sure you should even trade the pawns on the queen side, because you're not really afraid of her capturing your pawn on a5, because then you can always go with the knight to c5.
That was stupid. Yeah, I thought for some reason I was completely I thought I was completely blocking her attack by trading and pushing b6, and I thought, like, oh, now I have the open file, and I just missed that you could go back, and then my knight's kind of stuck, which I saw even before rook a3, but I was hoping for tactics. But yeah, so I just shouldn't have touched those pawns.
Yeah, and that's why your knight got in such big trouble, right? Because the pawns got traded off. So even though you temporarily get control of the a file, the dangerous thing is that sometimes white can regain that control, and that's what happened here, and your knight got into massive trouble. So
then instead of b6, what was I supposed to do?
Well, I mean, we were liking, I think, knight to b8.
Yeah, I was also looking. I think.
Oh, that was my first. That was gonna be my move.
I think
that was my first intuition. Knight b8. This was literally gonna be my move.
Because you want to go after the bishop on e4.
Yep. No,
so
I had seen this plan.
Get rid of that bishop.
I guess actually no. I think I saw it. I think I saw the knight b8 idea after I pushed b6. So probably too late.
I think that all the way until bishop h6, that was the last mistake. If you don't play bishop h6 and then still, even with b6, you have to play knight b8 and knight d7.
No, yeah, I was considering that. That's where I was considering it, but then I decided to go for the tactics because I thought you couldn't go rook a3. But yeah, these were my two candidate moves, knight b8 and bishop h6. But I thought I had a more simple tactic to get an advantage and I thought that was the reason rook. And then I realized it wasn't simple at all. And then I had to completely scramble, and I got lucky with e4. But yeah, I just miscalculated here and should have just stuck to the more solid move.
Well, yeah. So like Dina said, bishop h6 was a bit of a mistake compared to knight b8.
And it was kind of what I was hoping for, because I was like, whenever I will play rook b1 and then rook b3, there's no way Andrea will see rook
I saw it, and this was gonna be my move. And then I thought let's be tricky and let's try to go for some tactics and bishop h6. And I was expecting h3 first, and then I was gonna defend again. But I always learn my lesson.
Bro, h3 is literally the one that I would never in my life play against King's Indian, because it is what makes white always get checkmated. Those pawns, you need to just not touch them.
But the tactics worked though, because rook a. Okay, I mean I should have done this first, but rook a3, and then I'm curious what Hammer thought of all that chaos.
Yeah, no, I think I hear you're in a bit of trouble already, but your method of trying to create some issues for Dina was very, very good. So the pawn sack was a great attempt at complicating things, and you succeeded, right? Because you saw how much time Dina spent.
Yeah, no, I mean I definitely should have played knight b8, but
it was a good fight. Yeah. But Andrea, keep in mind some of the things we talked about. F5, you never really want to capture on e4 because it gives her such a good square, and then that has implications for playing f5 when you already have the knight on f4.
That makes sense. I guess I mean no one's ever played bishop d3. I have no prep. I know versus Mar del Plata bishop b2. So I just kind of had no ideas in this position.
Personally, I think Dina is full of shit. I think Dina's opening was terrible. I think you played it really well. And if you had played bishop g4 instead, Dina's in big trouble.
What the hell are you talking about? It's literally the prep with my coach, and I get exactly what I want. My opponents do not understand what to do.
You need new prep, Dina. You need new prep. Bishop g4, this is ridiculously dangerous for you.
I like that I'm not the only one getting scolded for once. Well,
I actually genuinely disagree, but I think if maximum it's an equal position, but that's maximum.
Okay, what are you saying? What are you doing here? Are you playing a3 b4? Are you just sitting there waiting?
Yes. No waiting. I'm playing against your knight.
What are you doing? Rook b1?
Yeah, rook b1 before. Yes.
Yeah, rook b1. Computer says winning move? For black.
How are you winning this?
The plan that we said bishop g4 f5, which is just what I should have done, but starting with the bishop.
I'm assuming I go knight c5. No, I don't go knight c5. I'll take and then go knight c5 if you take with the bishop.
I really don't like.
Dina, listen. I think we both need new prep.
So if knight takes, I have knight takes g2, and you're soft on f3.
I'm not giving you any tricks.
If bishop takes, then I come in with the knight. Andrea also made a mistake coming in with the knight too soon. I think I also disagree with what you said, that black needs to go knight c5 really early on. I think black should wait. I think one of the key things here is that if you go too early, then you're going to get kicked by white pushing the queenside pawns. I think if you just wait with the knight on the edge and then come when appropriate, that's how you exploit things.
I agree.
Well, that's kind of was my trick. I was hoping that I would provoke Andrea to go.
Well, I wasn't gonna go. I mean, knight b4 was, but I wasn't gonna go for knight c5. But yeah, knight b4 I only played because I miscalculated. Thought I had knight d3, but I knew it was a mistake. But yeah, I still fell for it as usual.
Well, in that case, I mean, if you're right-handed, then
I don't know if you're
just a question of tempi. I think I need to put the knight on e1, maybe somewhere a bit earlier.
Yeah.
But I think it maybe one move I wasn't accurate. But if I put maybe the knight on e1.
We can debate this later on in the tournament if you have the white pieces against Alexandra. I would very much welcome you to repeat this opening.
guys good?
Yep.
Okay, so as it's both your guys' second games, how are we feeling?
You first. I think Dina knows how I'm feeling. I think this tournament's gonna be rough, but I'm trying not to be a Debbie Downer. Maybe Dina could even, honestly, I'd love to hear Dina's insight. You first, sister.
Well, I'm already happy to be here because and still be alive. But Andrea hasn't yet much.
I love Dina too much to rage verse her. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like the tournament is just really rough. I have had no prep. I feel like I'm playing my best chess, but just kind of getting destroyed. So yeah, I don't really actually know what to add to this question.
I do think you played like really. You gave a great fight today. Like honestly, I was impressed.
I made two critical mistakes. It shouldn't have been a fight. It should have been a equal battle. But I made two critical mistakes.
It was an equal battle. I think until a certain point.
I guess until time pressure.
But yeah, I think like I'm very unimpressed with your coach here for sure. I don't think it's your fault necessarily because if you have a coach, like in case of Anna Kramnik yesterday, it was the same thing. Like
yeah, maybe could you help me prep for Anna?
Yeah, so basically Anna does not prepare. She just plays the same thing. Queen's Gambit.
Don't worry.
It's black and white, but you have to destroy her. So you have to show dominance. You have to show who is the boss.
Okay, you heard it here. But you're gonna help me prep for Anna.
Of course.
Okay, deal. All right, that's the least you could do after the game.